Assalamualaikum and hi guys. So this is my first official YouTube video and I'm going to be doing my vision board for 2026. I'm going to be setting up my 2026 bullet journal and I'm going to be talking about all the things you can do to make 2026 your year. And just forewarning guys, so I know that this video is going to be going up like 2 weeks well into 2026, and it's because like there were a lot of unforeseen circumstances that happened. So I was on vacation and I only came back last week Tuesday, and I have this leak in my room and it like was fixed for so long, and then all of a sudden it started leaking again, and we were going away for like a whole month, and it got like so bad, especially because we were gone for so long and there were these really heavy like rainstorms. So for like the past week I haven't had my room because there was water in the walls, there was water in the roof, so I had to fix it. And like this back part that's here, I don't know if you can see it in frame, they had to put those like all over my room because there was water in the walls and the walls were just peeling. So they didn't fix it for now, but the walls keep on peeling and cracking because there's water that keeps going into the walls. So for the past week I have not been in my room and I missed my room so much. Like forget homesick, I was room sick, and I only got to sleep in my room one night. And then for the past week I've been sleeping either in my sister's room or in my daddy's room. So it's been like quite hectic past few days. But just a reminder that it doesn't mean that you're starting late, that you're behind. Everyone is going to be at different phases in their lives, and it's just shows that you may not be where you think you need to be, but that's because other things are happening to you that aren't happening to other people. So let's get started. So last year I decided to do a vision book instead of a vision board, and I actually got inspired by one of my favorite YouTubers, which is Fernanda Ramirez, and she is the reason why I even started doing vision boards. Like I used to do like these bullet journals way back when, like before it even became like a real trend, I think, except I have never ever used a bullet journal, mainly because those things are quite expensive where I'm from, like for like a normal notebook. And secondly, I prefer spiral notebooks, especially because you're going to be drawing. If you're going to be like drawing all of your spreads by hand, it's so much easier to draw with a spiral notebook than it is with like a hardcover notebook, especially because I hate breaking spines. Like I am a reader, so breaking spines breaks my heart. So I will use these. They're just normal plain paper, and it took me a while to actually find plain ones. Like all of them had lines in it. There were ones that had dots, but they weren't like the size that I wanted, like the dots like in a bullet journal. So yeah, I'm just gonna use this here. And again, I know that it's not exactly a bullet journal, but things don't have to be 100%. Like everyone has their own definition, everyone has their own way in life. Like I said about being late about the vision board and planning 2026, in fact Fernanda herself hasn't yet posted her 2026 vision board, and a lot of YouTubers that I normally watch who do these things haven't posted it. So I think everyone has just been dealing with their own things at the moment, and like that's okay. You don't have to always have things at the same time other people do. But anyways, let's get back into it. So I made a vision book. So she actually used a binder, but now I did not have a binder because like I have never really needed a binder in my life. Like even in school I've never used a binder, mainly because I decided to do easy subjects. So instead I just took these file sleeves, these plastic sleeves, and I printed everything out. So I got the pictures from Pinterest, as everyone does, and then I went into Canva and I laid them all out. So I heard that you're not supposed to show people your vision board or like make it really public, so I'm just gonna go through it quickly. So this was my cover page basically, and this here is just my daily reminders about smiling, drinking water, about praying, loving yourself, staying positive, never giving up, and remembering you got this. And then like my, like, what can I say, like my, what I identified with for last year was her world was the color of pearls, pale white and pink and softly glowing. And I can say last year I wore a lot of pink. I used to be the person who only used to wear black, even though my favorite color is pink. But last year I started wearing so much color. And if you don't know, I love pearls, but obviously you're not gonna know in my first video. I love wearing pearls, I love wearing jewelry. So on the second page, I just made a wish list of all the things that I wanted to buy. And I can say, shukr, alhamdulillah, I bought most of the things. Maybe not the same brand, because I did put a lot of name branded stuff on here. And maybe it isn't the brand, but like I got something similar. Like for example, there were brown Jimmy Choo heels, and instead of getting Jimmy Choo ones, I got brown ones that look almost the same. And the same with so many other things I did get. So I am going to make a wish list again. But before, I used to like just do it here in my journal. Also, before, when I used to do journals, I only used to make like a lot of spreads for like the beginning of the year. So I would make like my year spread. Basically, I've been using this one from 2022 because, you know, I love stationery and I will always like, you know, look for any excuse to buy stationery. But I have so many unfilled notebooks, so many that have only a few pages written in, and I honestly just don't like wasting. So I want to make the most out of all of my notebooks in any and every way. I want to finish what I have before I buy more, as much as I love buying things. So I would make my year spread. Then when I first started doing it, I've done a monthly planner, except I don't have much of a social life or plans to do it every month, so I don't do that there anymore. Then I done all of the goals I had for that year, and I split them up into, what's going on here? Into mentally, physically, like this, literally this book, I've been using it for so many years that like the spirals have also kind of bent. So when I turn the pages, sometimes it doesn't bend, like turn as smooth as it is, as it used to be. I made a wish list. I done book ratings, which I did not end up finishing. I only done like 2 books that I actually read. And like I said, I'm a reader. I do read quite a bit, but not as much as people on TikTok do. What do you mean you're reading like 500 books a year? Part of my footage like didn't record because my phone switched off and I didn't even realize. But I was talking about all the spreads that I have in here when I would use this year, and basically for each month they would have like, you know, a spread for the month, and then I would just have my goals for that month and then my routine, because I always plan my day around Salah, because, you know, Salah is success. You cannot miss your Salah, and the times are always changing depending on, you know, the months and the days, like, you know, whether it's long or short. And sometimes, you know, it's nice to start your day right after Fajr, but that's like for winter. And I can say that maybe I've done like for a week or something like that there, but I love sleeping, and you know, I also like staying up late. So I need to start getting my routine back in order, because I live in the southern hemisphere. It's summer here, which means that Fajr is quite earlier and Isha is late. So I've been staying up until the Hajj time, and then I would wake up later. Whereas it's like starting to like get earlier now, I mean later Fajr. So I need to start sleeping early, so that, because then also the Hajj, like the last third of the night will obviously get later, Fajr will get later. So I need to, like, you know, realign my time schedule. And I'm going to talk about what was in my vision board last year. So I made my wish list, which, you know, alhamdulillah, most of the stuff I did end up buying for myself, and I am going to make another one this year. Then I have all of my Islamic goals. There was actually 2 pages on, you know, all of my Islamic goals, because I really wanted to become a better Muslim. And I can say alhamdulillah, I have started doing most of the goals, and I hope to continue doing it this year. And also guys, this is like, you know, my first YouTube video, and I want to make sure that my, you know, account is like inspiring to other Muslims. It makes them want to be a better Muslim, because a lot of the content creators that I watch that are Muslim, they done things in their videos that inspire me to start doing those things to become a better Muslim. And I hope I can be an inspiration to others, you know, give them motivation to also start becoming a better Muslim. With that said, I am human. I'm probably going to make mistakes, some that I don't mean, and I would appreciate it if you guys very kindly please, to, you know, tell me if I done something wrong, if I said something wrong, something that isn't Islamic, because I am bound to make mistakes. I am not 100% perfect, and I hope one day to be an even better Muslim than I am now. And maybe one day one of my goals is to become a full-time niqabi, but right now I really am trying my best, and I will also try my best to be a good Muslim. That said, you guys can also try and help me out to become a better Muslim. Then I have all the places that I want to visit, then my physical goals that I had, my life goals, then all of the hobbies, because I'm a hobby girl. I have 101 hobbies, and I feel like we all, you know, get too sucked into our phone and social media and doom scrolling and binge watching, that we don't end up doing the things we used to love. And I feel like that's how it was with me. Or even, like, you know, we have so much going on in our lives that we don't get to do the things we really enjoy. We might be too exhausted that, you know, we just end up on our phones, because that's so relatable. So I want to make sure I start doing all of my hobbies again. One of my goals for this year, which I feel like is everyone's, is to like have a lower screen time and actually start doing more with my life. Then I have like my mental well-being goals, and there are a few other things that I want to add onto this year, that I need to sort out. I need to still print them. I have the pictures from Pinterest, and I need to print them. Also, I don't know what other people normally do with their own vision board. So 2024 was the first year I made my first physical vision board on the canvas. So I printed out you know, pictures, and I glue them down. And then last year I made the vision book. Now what I done with the 2024 one, I didn't want to just throw it away because it's wasting, and also I had a lot of like Islamic Quranic goals on there. Therefore, like, you know, if you want to get rid of those, you have to like burn it. But again, it's like just wasting something that can be perfectly reused, like all of that. So I did try and peel off as much as I could, like salvage all the pictures. Like here's one of them that fell out, and then I just slipped it into here, and then the canvas I just painted over it, because painting is one of my hobbies. And then for this year, I'm going to cut out the pictures that I have in here and stick it on here. And then, like I said, there are other ones that I need to print out. Before, I only used to make virtual vision boards where it would be like my wallpaper and that stuff, but to be honest, I would barely even look at it, even though I'm looking at my screen. Whereas the physical one, I'm actually putting it on the side of my bed, on like in I forgot what it's called, bro. Like, guys, like, I call everyone bro. I forgot what it's called, guys. Even though an easel, right? I have like this mini wooden easel, and I'm gonna put it there because normally on that side where I'm gonna put it is where I put like my exercise mat. And so when I'm doing my crunches and all of that there, I will be looking at this all of the time. And every morning when I wake up, it will be next to where like my retainer case is. So when I wake up in the morning to put my retainers in its case, I will see this here, and it will be the first thing that I see when I wake up. So, you know, it will remind me to log in. You know, when you go in, when a workout is just hard for no reason for that day, I'm gonna look at this and remind myself what goals I have, and, you know, I just can't give up. So I'm gonna print out the stuff, and then I'm gonna start cutting up all of this here. However, even though I'm a very creative person, I have OCD, and I'm a very neat person, one thing I cannot do for some reason is cut straight. In my 20 years of life, I have still not been able to cut straight. I don't know why, but I just can't. Also, it does take time to do these things. So, you know, do put something in the background that, you know, motivates you. You can do it while watching this video. Also, because like they were busy with my room, I did light a candle at the beginning of the video, but I did not want to put it on my carpet just in case I knocked it over and it burned. And like my room still kind of smells like paint. It's been well over 24 hours since I painted. I even like opened all of my windows and doors to like get the smell out. Majority of it is gone. It's only like when you just enter the room you can smell it, but everywhere else is fine. So I put my candle like there so like the smell can go away, and hopefully I can sleep here tonight. But else I'll just have to go sleep in my sister's room so that the paint fumes don't make me crazy, as my mother says. So yeah, I am actually going to listen to Arish Muhammad videos. I normally like listen to his videos while I'm doing something productive, like cleaning my room or working out. Another thing I do instead of listening to music while working out is listening to stories of the Quran or listening to Islamic audiobooks or podcasts. It's like, you know, because I know like music is so hard to quit. I've been trying to quit music for so many years, and alhamdulillah the past few years have been better than how it was before, but this year I wanted to be 100% gone. That's the reason I also wanna like not put any music in any of the videos I use, because we already are sinners. I do not need the extra sins of other people watching my videos. So I will always try to use non-musical audios and Islamic audios, because again I want to try and be the best possible Muslim that I can be. So I'm gonna watch his videos. I'm sure most of you have seen his videos, but his videos have changed my perspective on Islam completely. It has helped me get through like some rough patches in life. And like, you know, his when he talks about the Quran and his understanding of certain surahs and stuff, it really is so amazing. And like, you know, most of us wouldn't think about it that way. And I would encourage you guys to also go and listen to his videos and, you know, take his advice, and you know, maybe your life can also turn around, and may Allah all guide us and give us the same amount of knowledge. So let me sort out the stuff that I need to print, and then I can start getting to cutting. It is already quite late. I really hope to finish this video early so I can sleep early and wake up and read Fajr properly, not half asleep. And so that, you know, tomorrow is actually going to be Jummah, so you know, I don't want to wake up early and do whatever I need to, and you know, I have other things to do also. And I might only edit this video tomorrow because it takes quite long to edit. So I will edit this tomorrow and hopefully upload it tomorrow night, so that way, you know, you guys will only see it tomorrow. It is quite late, but rather late than never. I know that most people want to do these things at the beginning of the year, or they believe that, you know, New Year's resolution, or they'll start on Monday, or they'll start when this happens. You guys need to start now. Like, I don't believe in that thing. I don't believe in waiting for certain something to happen in order to do something. I'm the kind of person who will dress up no matter where I go. I will wear nice clothes no matter where I go. Even if I'm literally just going to the, like, you know, buy groceries and that stuff, I will dress nice. It's just the kind of person I am. I don't believe in only dressing nice when like, you know, we go into a nice place. And in the same way, I do not believe until waiting until a certain something happens for me to change. Remember, Allah also says that He won't change the state of a person unless He changes Himself. So, you know, if you're going through something in life and you know, you really want to change, you need to start taking that step forward and, you know, putting in the effort for things to change. And inshallah, Allah will make us easy. Allah will make it easy for us, and Allah will guide us, and things will start changing. So I'm going to go and print this. I will be back. I gotta take you guys with me because I don't know how long I'm gonna sit by the printer, because low-key, it like has its moods. It only works with certain devices at a time. Sometimes we have to sit for a whole hour waiting for it to like connect. And also, like, even though like it cut earlier and I had to use like a different camera now, I don't want to move it because it's like in the perfect position, and I just don't want to mess anything up. Guys, my printer is not working, but the rest of the stuff that I have to print, I will just print it tomorrow, because I think that the printer is working with my mother's phone and it is quite late in the night. So tomorrow I'll just print it. So for today, I'm just going to cut up all of the pictures, and I'm going to place them and stick them. And then this is a journal where like normally just journal, and I take this with me everywhere. So I did end up plotting out all of the goals I have for this year. So my bullet journal spread I'll do tomorrow, because that takes quite a while to do, and I can do it in better lighting, and I can like open up the doors and that stuff, because it is quite hot, and I have quite a bit of goals that I also want to do. So, and that way I won't be talking to, it's just going to be a time lapse. So I will do my, it says master plan study, right? This is going to be my master plan for 2026 to make sure that I accomplish all of my goals. And then this is just going to be like my bullet journal. So for this year, my bullet journal for each month, right, I want to do my goals, the things I wish to buy. Well, first, before like each month, this is like, you know, my overall 2026 stuff, my goals for the year, my wish list, my book list, the movies and TV shows that I want to watch, and then I'm gonna rate them, and then I'm gonna have a weekly gratitude. So at the end of each week, I'm just gonna write one good thing that happened for that week. So another thing that I started to do also before I sleep is I will just list 5 things that I'm grateful for. So I know you get that gratitude diary, but again, I have so many empty notebooks, so I made my own one where basically each day, I can't remember exactly what the layout is. Tomorrow I will get the notebook, and it's just a mini notebook that I keep on the side of my bed, and I just write it out myself, because you don't need that specific notebook to be grateful and, you know, write all the things that you're grateful for. You can just list it out like that. Then also something that I love that week, whether it's like, you know, a lesson or like a new skill or something else that I learned, right? Then I want to do, you know, a day rating, like how was my day, you know, was it a good day, was it a bad day, because like we all have those days, especially like, you know, with women, because like our hormones are always like impacting how we feel, and I feel like I've been dealing with that a lot, especially because I have endometriosis, I have PCOS, so like my hormones are like all over the place. And like these past few days I've just been feeling so exhausted and lazy, but I am pushing through. Laziness is a quality of shaitan. Then I want to do mental health rating, the weather rating, my screen time. Again, I said one of my goals this year is, you know, to lower my screen time. So I went and I done research. I actually have a quite low screen time compared to like most of our generation. So like an average person for like, you know, Gen Z would be around 8 to 9 hours, whereas mine is 6 hours, but that's like 1 hour is literally me on YouTube doing like workouts. Like I don't like going to the gym, mostly because like it means I have to wear my, you know, my hijab, I have to be covered up, all of those things, whereas working out at home, I can wear whatever I want. I'm in the comfort of my home. And also, I'm an introvert, so I don't really like going out. I don't like leaving my house. So 1 hour is just me doing, you know, my workouts and that stuff. And then also, I have a lot of du'as in the Quran that I read on my phone. But a healthy amount of screen time would be anything under 3 hours. So I'm hoping to at least get my screen time that low. The one thing I can say is I will only maybe doom scroll at night when I'm like really exhausted and I'm trying to switch my brain off, and I do binge watch, but hopefully I can replace that with reading more. The only thing is like I get so exhausted and tired by the end of the day, I don't want to do anything, even if it's things I love, like, you know, it just is too much of work. Then I also want to do my sleep hours. I can't say I do sleep a lot. Do I have a consistent sleep schedule? No. But yeah, there are nights where I basically get like 3 hours of sleep. But like, you know, it's fine. Then I also want to start budgeting, but obviously I can't budget until I start getting an income. Then I also want to start doing a doodle a day. For years I've been wanting to do doodles a day. Doodle a days? Doodle a days? But I haven't done it. So I feel like if I'm going to be logging all of these things in daily, I will be forced to be doodling at least once a day. Like I said, I'm a creative artistic person who has hobbies, but I have stopped doing so many of them, and I need to force myself to start doing all of this. And then another thing I want to do is I want to basically contemplate about a random ayah every single week also. So it'll be with my gratitude, where I will just search up random ayat, like, on Pinterest, and the first one that comes up, I will go and do research about it, contemplate about it, think about it. So, I am currently in the process of completing my hifz. Inshallah, this is the year that I complete my hifz. But at the same time, I also want to understand the Quran. I want to know what I'm reading. And I have done tafsir of the Quran before, but I'm in the process of learning Arabic. I do understand a bit of Arabic because I used to do it in primary school, but then after that I stopped. And when I was doing tafsir, of course, I was able to pick up on a few words. But another goal this year is for me to do Arabic. And like the goals I'm sharing with you guys is just so maybe you can get inspired to do something like this year. But I do want to do Arabic so that I can hopefully understand the Quran and, reflect on it, and the Quran can guide me. And I have been doing Duolingo, but I know that I can only use Duolingo, so I'm gonna try to find like other resources to help me. And I also want to start Quran journaling, but I feel like I will be able to do that better once I understand the Quran, because there's different types of Arabic dialects, and the Arabic words can have different roots, and to fully understand and contemplate about the Quran and its ayats, I need to understand all of these things so I can know exactly what they're talking about. I do have English Qurans, and hopefully in Ramadan when I'm not reading, I will read them. Like, I have attempted to do it, but Ramadan goes by so fast and everything just happens at once. So I do need to make time for that there. And also, like, last year, I wasn't fasting the first and last week, which I feel like happens every year, where the first and last week I won't be reading. So sometimes I get so disheartened because I don't ever get to finish my khatam when I want to do it, but I know I'm getting rewarded for it, and my intention was there. And I also wanted to
Anyway,
do
guys,
the
so I
99
just
lives of Allah.
finished
So I have done
writing
it before,
out
and I
all
know
my
that
goals and
I
breaking them
want to
down
learn the
into
meanings
steps
of
I
them,
can do
and what does
to
it
achieve
truly
them.
mean. What
So
does it mean when Allah
I'm
says that He's the
going to
most
go into
merciful,
sleep
most kind?
now.
I watched a lecture by Numan Ali Khan on when Allah talks about when Allah says that He's the most merciful and the most kind, and like that one lecture completely changed my entire perspective about how we perceive Allah. And I was like, how many other names and attributes there of Allah that we don't even know of, and it could have like a completely different meaning, and we really need to contemplate about this here. So that's another thing I want to do also. So hopefully this is something that will also inspire you guys to become better Muslims. Another thing that I would also encourage everyone to do is to start doing a lot of istighfar, a lot of dhikr, a lot of durood also. And if you're not already doing this, try to read Surah Mulk before you go into sleep. It will save you from the punishment of the grave. But yeah, for now, let's get into cutting up my pictures. It's gonna take a while. It is currently 22:12 at night. So I wonder if I can get it done in 20 minutes. I have been sleeping around 2 the past few months of like spring and summer, but I'm hoping that slowly I can start sleeping earlier and waking up earlier. So I'm hoping to get the curtain and like at least putting everything in place done in the next 20 minutes, and then tomorrow I'm gonna try and wake up early and do my journal. And this I might do today because it's more writing than anything, whereas the journal is like drawing and coloring and all of those things, so it does take time. So I might just do these two today, and then tomorrow I'll just finish off my vision board when I can print other pictures. So yeah. thing that a lot of people say when making a vision board is to try and find if the person in the picture, if there's like a person in the picture, then you should look for like, you know, people that kind of look like you, or if you can't find, then like, you know, photoshop yourself into there. Last year I photoshopped a picture of myself into like a driver's license thing, and I ended up getting my driver's license. Of course it didn't just happen because of that day, but it's just to help you envision, you know, that you're gonna be there. Also, even a lot of people say that, you know, if you want your device to get accepted, you need to already believe and start acting and feeling like they are accepted. In the same way, you need to be able to physically see that, you know, your device are going to accept it. You're going to love the reality that you want to love. So, you know, edit yourself into there. Even like one of so I did get my license, right, but I haven't really been driving. So I found a picture of a girl driving that kind of looks at me. Of course it's just her hand and like, you know, the steering wheel. So I found one with a car that I will drive, that, you know, my family has, and someone that their hand looks at me, which is basically a whole lot of rings and jewelry on their hand. So that's just something to keep in mind. Yeah, also, but don't get pictures of the eyes, guys. Like, you know that, you know, it's not nice to have, especially if it's going to be in your room, it's not nice to have like eyes in the room when you're sleeping or if you read your salah there. But yeah, so now I'm just going to do my master plan over here, and I'm going to go and sleep. It's 7 minutes past 12, so it took just over 20 minutes to get it done. But yeah, so tomorrow I'm gonna print out the rest of the pictures, and then I'm going to cut it out and then hopefully stick everything down. I didn't do that yet, just in case I need to move around pictures a little bit. Yeah, also I'm like really dying of heat, and that candle that I lighted to like get rid of the paint smell, the smell is also really quite strong. But I don't want to switch the aircon on right now because it's literally right above where the camera is, therefore it's gonna like be hitting on the papers that are here. And once I'm like done videoing, then I'll like put stuff on top of it to make sure that nothing gets out of place. So I might even move it, but I don't want to risk like moving things out of place because like everything is like fine as it is. Yeah, so anyways, let me move on to this here, and then yeah, I can hopefully go and sleep. This shouldn't take too long, so hopefully I can get this done early. I'm like finding like all of my old ones from my other vision board, because like, as I was pulling them out of the sleeve, I just said like, you know, I just stuffed like the old ones in it. So when I clean up the rest of the stuff tomorrow, I might find even more to put on there, or else I will use it in here. So let's get started on my 2026 master plan. I am also thinking that with the extra pictures, I might just make like a mini vision board in here. So like this thing is kind of opaque, so you can see through it, and it says master plan here. I might just stick something over here and say like right 2026, and near it says 4 months. I'm hoping, I know it's 2026 goals, I'm hoping that I can achieve most of them in 6 months. So yeah, so I'm gonna also just stick stuff over here, right? The thing is, I don't know if like the glue that I have will like stick the paper onto here, or else like I'll just have to use like a sticky note and just hope that the sticky note stays. But also it's pink, everything is pink. I try to get everything pink because my favorite color is pink, and then it's burgundy. But yeah, let's get started with my master plan. So like I said, I have quite a bit of things that I want to accomplish this year, but again, you know, there's the best of planners, and I possibly could get everything accomplished this year. I got so much accomplished last year, and I will say last year was one of the more rough years that I had, but I am going to make sure 2026 is my year. I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to do my best and make sure that it is my year. That, like I said, I want everything to at least get accomplished in the next 6 months or so, because I feel like most of them are attainable. But like the things that are in my control, like for example, working out, eating healthy, those kinds of things, of course. Whatever is not in my control, it is in Allah's hands. Another thing is I also want to start you know, posting regularly. So I have a few content ideas, but if you guys want to, like, you know, have any video ideas you guys would like me to try, then let me know. You can comment down below.
Tomorrow for sure.
So not only is it not the next day, it's the day after that. Yesterday, I don't know, I just like woke up in a bad mood, and like I was just feeling so exhausted and tired. I have no idea why. And I did do some things yesterday, but I was like not in the mood to really like vlog it. So I finished my vision board. The pictures did not want to print, so what I done was I had them all down on my tablet, and so I just took, like, I photocopied my tablet. It took a while to get like the right settings, because when it was too bright and like it only photocopied white, and then when I put it too dark it only photocopied black, so I had to get the settings right. So at least Shukar was able to do that finish, and then I just stuck all of it, and then also no. And then also I ended up like doing rough sketches of everything for my bullet journal. I just am going to color it today, and then finally this video is gonna get uploaded. When I tell you, I'm actually like so disappointed in myself. Like, I know I was supposed to do it that first week when I came back, but then like I said, there were things that happened, and then I said that I was gonna upload it on Friday, and it's like in my head I was thinking like I have like this imaginary audience or like viewers that was just waiting for my video to get uploaded. Like, I know when I have, like, you know, certain YouTubers who I know upload every single week, and I'll be waiting for their videos, and I know that they all live their own lives and probably, you know, got busy with other things. That's why they weren't able to, you know, video or an upload and all of that stuff, and it does genuinely take work and effort. So, you know, I was just not feeling it yesterday. So inshallah today I will finish this video, I will edit it, and it will be posted tonight. I'm not sure though if it would be better to upload every Friday or every Saturday. You guys let me know. So let me just walk you through my like, you know, rough sketches that I had, and then I'm just going to ink it, color it in, and fill it in off camera, and then yeah, I'm done. So on the first page I started with Bismillah. This paper is quite thick, which, you know, it was, you know, quite on the pricier end, but at least it's good quality. So here's my Bismillah. Then here's 2026. It's very rough, right? I just had my pencil and eraser. I didn't even have a ruler to like make sure it's straight, so I will fix all of that now when I'm doing it. And then yeah, I just wrote chapter 1 by yours truly. Then I wrote 365 new chances. Well, already most of it, not most of it, but a few chances are already gone because it's already well past 2 weeks in. And then 12 new chapters. And then this is my mantra for this year, which is gotta keep doing the same things and expect different results. Last year's one was I can't remember what was last year's one. I think if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, and the one before that there was they plan, and you plan and they plan, but Allah is the best of planners, which is from Surah Anfal. So yeah, I will make this bigger, color it in. And then yeah, I just have, so I have 4 categories of goals. So this is my overall life goals, the things that I want to achieve in this year. Then spirituality is all the things I want to start doing this year, like Islamically. Then the mentality I want to have for this year, and my physical goals, like working out every day and, you know, toning my body. All of those things would go there. Then here is where my wish list is gonna be. I'm not very happy with this drawing. I might redo it. And then this is where all of the books I read for this year are gonna go. So I will ink it, right? And then every time I finish a book, I will color it in and try to write the title of the book on it. And then over here is the movies and TV shows that I want to watch. I will write it down, and then this will be my ratings of them. Then this is just my January section. I really did not know what to do for my January spread. I feel like my January spread is always the most boring because, again, I live in the southern hemisphere, so it is not winter here, and everyone else's is either winter related, fireworks with New Year's, or like disco, or like, you know, wine and that stuff. So I could not find any good spreads to use here. And also, like, because if you go on Pinterest, what? I'm busy! If you go into Pinterest and you search for spreads, you're most probably gonna get spreads from people who live in the northern hemisphere. Therefore, a lot of the times when their months are summer, mine is winter, and vice versa. So, you know, I have to come up with my own spread. So it's fine. January will just be plain. And then this is going to be my moods this month, and also my down the fireworks because I couldn't think of anything better, and I saw a lot of people done it. Then over here is going to be my dream rating. So for the fireworks, I'm going to make the stars different colors based on the mood, and then I'll color each star based on the mood. I'm hoping I remember how the past few days have been. The same thing with my dreams. There are going to be different colors for the dreams. I just stick through a bed here, and you know, the Z for the sleeping thing. Then here I'm going to draw a graph for my screen time. And then yeah, I'm just going to make this neater with a compass, and it's going to be my weather rating, and then I gotta have a key here for what color means what. And this is my doodle a days. I know most people will have a theme for the month, and then they'll just, like, you know, change the doodle or whatever. But what I decided to do was I decided to, like, make each doodle signify like something that happened that day. Like on the 1st of January, I was sleeping the whole day. The second day, I think I made popcorn and I was watching or something like that. And then the third day, I went out, so on and so forth. And then I'm just going to do all of my goals over here for this month and my routine, which I will do off camera. So I just inked over my rough sketch of the Bismillah, and then I was gonna color it in. I maybe shouldn't have used this pen because I get left streaks, and then I was making sure that the 2026 was aligned also when inking it in. And then I was doing the same thing with the chapter 1 thing, and then I was like, let me go and finish the other ones. Like, I don't know what I was waiting for it to dry, but I went and I inked everything in like one time. And then I had to switch, then I decided to switch angles so you guys could like see things better. So yeah, I'm colored it in. Again, I should have used something else, but like I felt like a marker would have gone through. And same thing with the fine liner. The only thing with this is like it was a bit rough on the next page. And then this 2026 thing was kind of looking a bit bland, right? And then even like, yeah, I didn't like how this stuff was coming out. So I decided to like go and find other ways that I can make it look better. As you can see, I disappeared there for a bit. And then I found, remember I had this from a scrapbooking kit, and I thought it would be perfect because then it could be like, I actually use like different letters and cut up and that stuff. I had like different colors, but I wanted to stick to like a certain color palette. I think that's why it was like kind of irritating me. And then I moved on to my goals, where I done them in the 4 different categories, and then my wish list. And then I went and I colored in wherever I needed to color in the stuff, and added color to it. If it was up to me, everything would be pink, but I decided to be diversified and add different colors wherever I could. I am going to try to stick to themes from now on for months. It's just like January was so hard to find a theme, and then I decided to spice up this 2026. So when I was editing, I realized I didn't show you guys a final look at how the whole journal came out. So this is the front page with the Bismillah. Then this is how the 2016 came out. It's not the best, but I also like don't hate it. I actually think him quite cute. And then this is where it says chapter 1, right? I feel like this should have been put just before my January thing, but it's okay, you know, it is what it is. Then this is my quote for the year. And then over here we have my goals, alright. And then wish list, and this is all the books for the year that I'm going to try to read. Then we have the movie shows and movies and shows that I want to watch, the ratings of them. Then this is going to be like the January section. My moods for the month: so happy, tired, okay, sad, annoyed, upset. I haven't gotten to like actually coloring them in as yet. And then the same thing with the dream rating. I have good, bad, and then the dreams I forgot. I don't know if I should add other ones because I feel like you can only get good and bad dreams. Of course, bad could be like sad, scary, those kinds of things. And then I just have to like color in the Zs accordingly. And then my screen time also I have to put it in. The doodle of the day also. I know that normally people will like ink it and color it in, but I feel like, this is fine, right? And then for the weather thing, because it was like already most of the month was over, I decided to start from the 13th because yeah, that's like when I started making this year. So next month it will start from the beginning. And then I think that's just about it. And the next page just has all my goals I want to accomplish by the end of January.